Welcome to the next installment of March Book Madness. We are voting down our Elite 8 to the Final 4. Listen in for special Friday firsts, first lines, paragraphs, and chapters. Our first head-to-head battle is between fantasy and graphic novels. For our fantasy selection, we have Last Descendants. For our graphic novel, we have New Kid. Last Descendants by Matthew Kirby. Nothing in Owen's life has been right since his father died in prison, accused of a crime Owen is certain he didn't commit. Monroe, the IT guy at school, might finally bring Owen the means to clear his father's name by letting him use an Animus, a device that lets users explore genetic memories buried within their own DNA. During a simulation, Owen uncovers the existence of a powerful relic long considered a legend, the Trident of Eden. Now, two secret organizations will stop at nothing to take possession of this artifact, the Brotherhood of Assassins and the Templar Order. It becomes clear the only way to save himself is to find the Trident first. Under the guidance of Monroe, Owen and a group of other teenagers go into a memory they all share within their DNA. The 1863 draft riots in New York City, a real thing that happened during the Civil War. Owen and his companions will find themselves tested on the violent streets of New York, and their experiences in the past will have far-reaching consequences in the present. New Kid by Jerry Craft. Seventh grader Jordan Banks loves nothing more than drawing cartoons about his life. But instead of sending him to the art school of his dreams, his parents enroll him in a prestigious private school known for its academics, where Jordan is one of the few kids of color in his entire grade. As he makes the daily trip from his Washington Heights apartment to the upscale Riverdale Academy day school, Jordan soon finds himself torn between two worlds and not really fitting into either one. Can Jordan learn to navigate his new school culture while keeping his neighborhood friends and staying true to himself? Our next head-to-head battle is between historical fiction versus horror. For historical fiction, we have Allies. For horror, we have Ashes. Listen in. Historical fiction, Allies by Alan Gratz. Soldiers, sailors, and airmen of the Allied Expeditionary Forces, you are about to embark upon the great crusade toward which we have striven these many months. The eyes of the world are upon you. The hopes and prayers of liberty-loving people everywhere march with you. In company with our brave allies and brothers in arms on other fronts, you will bring about the destruction of the German war machine, the elimination of Nazi tyranny over the oppressed peoples of Europe, and security for ourselves in a free world. General Dwight D. Eisenhower, Order of the Day, June 6, 1944. A huntin' we will go. D. Carpenter's foot slipped off the wet ladder and his stomach lurched into his throat. He scrabbled for a handhold, but the weight of his pack and his rifle dragged him down. At the same instant, a gap opened up between the huge transport ship he was leaving and the little motorboat he was supposed to be climbing into. D dropped like a stone toward the cold black water of the English Channel. A hand shot out and caught the pack on D's back. D jolted, then swung into the side of the ship with a thump. "Grab on!" his friend Sid Jacobstein yelled. With shaking, frozen hands, D fumbled until he was climbing to the side of the ladder. "Legs up," Sid told him. D pulled his feet up just in time to keep them from getting crushed as the motorboat drifted back to clang against the side of the transport ship. Horror book Ashes by Ilsa Bick. An electromagnetic pulse flashes across the sky, destroying every electronic device, wiping out every computerized system, and killing billions. When it happens, Alex was hiking in the woods to say goodbye to her dead parents and her personal demons. Now desperate to find out what happened after the pulse crushes her to the ground, Alex meets up with Tom, a young soldier, and Ellie, a girl whose grandfather was killed by the EMP. For this impoverished family and others who are spared, it's now a question of who can be trusted and who is no longer human. Our next head-to-head battle is between romance versus sci-fi. In romance, we have Everything, Everything. In sci-fi, Scythe. Everything, Everything by Nicola Yoon. What if you couldn't touch anything in the outside world? Never breathe in the fresh air, feel the sun warm on your face, or kiss the boy next door. In Everything, Everything, Maddie is a girl who's literally allergic to the outside world, and Ollie is the boy who moves in next door and becomes the greatest risk she's ever taken. My disease is as rare as it is famous. Basically, I'm allergic to the world. I don't leave my house, have not left my house in 17 years. The only people I ever see are my mom and my nurse, Carla. But then one day, a moving truck arrives next door. I look out my window and see him. He's tall, lean, and wearing all black. Black t-shirt, black jeans, black sneakers, and a black knit cap that covers his hair completely. He catches me looking and stares at me. I stare right back. His name is Ollie. Maybe we can't predict the future, but we can predict some things. For example, I am certainly going to fall in love with Ollie. It's almost certainly going to be a disaster. Scythe by Neil Shusterman. A world with no hunger, no disease, no war, no misery. Humanity has conquered all those things and has even conquered death. Now scythes are the only one who can end life, and they are commanded to do so in order to keep the size of the population under control. Citra and Rowan are chosen to apprentice to a scythe, a role that neither wants. These teens must master the art of taking life, knowing that the consequence of failure could mean losing their own. Our final head-to-head battle is between 6th grade and 7th grade reads. 6th grade has The Benefits of Being an Octopus. 7th grade, Ghost Boys. Our 6th grade read is The Benefits of Being an Octopus by Anne Braden. Some people can do their homework. Some people get to have crushes on boys. Some people have other things they've got to do. 7th grader Zoe has her hands full as she takes care of her much younger siblings after school every day while her mom works her shift at the pizza parlor. Not that her mom seems to appreciate it. At least there's Lenny, her mom's boyfriend. They all get to live in his nice, clean trailer. At school, Zoe tries to stay under the radar. Her only friend, Fuchsia, has her own issues, and since they're in an entirely different world than the rich kids, it's best if no one notices them. Zoe thinks how much easier everything would be if she were an octopus, 8 arms to do 8 things all at once. Incredible camouflage ability and steady, unblinking vision. Powerful, protective defenses. Unfortunately, she's not totally invisible, and one of her teachers forces her to join the debate club. Even though Zoe resists participating, debate ultimately leads her to see things in a new way. Her mom's relationship with Lenny, Fuchsia's situation, and her own place in this town of people who think they're better than her. Can Zoe find the courage to speak up, even if it means risking the most stable home she's ever had? Ghost Boys by Jewel Parker Rhodes. Only the living can make the world better. Live and make it better. 12-year-old Jerome is shot by a police officer who mistakes his toy gun for a real threat. As a ghost, he observes the devastation that's been unleashed on his family and community in the wake of what they see as an unjust and brutal killing. Soon, Jerome meets another ghost, Emmett Till, a boy from a very different time but similar circumstances. Emmett helps Jerome process what has happened on a journey towards recognizing how historical racism may have led to the events that ended his life. Jerome also meets Sarah, the daughter of the white police officer who grapples with her father's actions.